Good day, time, my fuzzies, and welcome to a quick review of a game, movie, or TV show I just finished. All thoughts and feelings are my own and are just for fun, quick way to get out my feelings on what I just played or watched. So enjoy and don't take anything too seriously. Good day, time, my fuzzies, and welcome to a quick review of Kirby's Dream Land. Overall, it's a really fun game to play. Very quick, simple game, with a new game that is very, very tough, but rewarding to get through and whatnot. So I highly recommend it. If you haven't played it, there's plenty of ways to play it, from the Switch Online to other collection packs, like the Wii had one. I think a Kirby Dream Collection thing. Really fun. I highly recommend it. But let's get more into the nitty-gritty and talk about the story. The story is, I believe, very simple. Where King Dedede steals all the food throughout Dreamland, and Kirby, our hero, who's very hungry, goes forth to beat his henchmen trying to stop him, make it to Dedede, beat Dedede, and get the food back. And so it's a very simple, linear story. Or not linear, but like, you know, very here's how it is story. That's good. It really works. I enjoy it. It works for what it needs to do. And whatnot. And going on to the characters, the main characters you fight really are the main characters are Kirby, who's always hungry, doing mischievous things and weird things in the cutscenes to give a little flair to it. He's a little mischievous, hungry boy. And King Dedede, who's a selfish king, but when he's defeated, he does cry, and Kirby actually does go to him and see if he's alright and try to help out, I believe, in the end. So it's a good showing that King Dedede, even though being very evil, he's still like, he has feelings. He's a sorry guy, and he does stuff. Overall, a nice character to have as your villain. But yeah, all the other characters really are just there as obstacles and don't really give much more. And even the characters Kirby and Dedede that you really do have are kind of bare bones besides cutscenes. But the cutscenes are nice to establish what they are like. Going on to the areas, you basically have 5 areas to go through. That being a wooded area at the beginning, then you go into more of a beach-esque town, or beach-esque water area, into then the third one is into a fortress, castle type area, going there into the fourth area, which is more of a sky, cloud, city type thing, followed and finally by King Dedede's castle, which is just basically one room with pictures where you refight the bosses, and then a boxing ring where you take him on. Overall, it's good. It's a quick thing. You go through levels quickly. Each area has their own enemies to make it feel unique, and like, yeah, they make sense for, in the wooded area, you have more like bearish creatures, you have chickens and whatnot. When you get to the sea area, you have some crabs and whatnot. The castle has some flying haunted things that are freaky. The sky has some flying creatures and whatnot that are also freaky. Overall, good places and whatnot that really, you know, you're not there for too long, but a good change of scenery going through. And lastly, with the game mechanics are very simple. You can run, you can jump. If you jump and keep going, you can hover in the air, and you can let out a burst of wind that can destroy some enemies as you go. Your main goal of the game is just to go through the level to find the boss, and beat the boss, usually by throwing something they throw out at you. Wispy Wood throws apples, for instance, at him to defeat him after a certain amount of hits. And overall, again, it really works. It's simple, not much more to like understand about it, but it all comes together to work really well into making a fine Kirby game before his copy ability became a thing, which I appreciate. Just overall, it's a simple story. It's a very, very short game, unfortunately. Like, with rewinding it, it took me about an hour to get through the normal and new game mode. But I think even without it, would take me like an hour or two, or an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending. But I highly recommend it. Like I said, there's many ways to play the game. It is fun. And this is where Kirby got his start. And oddly enough, without his main ability being the copy ability, which I think comes in the next game. Speaking of which, I'll be doing the next game right away for all my players watching. So, thank you my players for watching. I'll see you in Kirby's Adventure, I believe is next. And if you're watching this on YouTube, have a good anytime, or have a good anytime if you're not going to join me for the rest. See you in a bit, or see you later. Take care.